Does Valve know what it's doing? The 25th anniversary week just passed, and what did we get? I could sum it up very quickly. We got one tweet saying happy 25th anniversary, which we got last year as well, and then I think every year before that. One more tweet responding to this quote-unquote leaked map, which a lot of people think is about to come out. And then they responded to the tweet by the map creator. By the way, this guy has... You've definitely played on one of his maps before. Here, Tulip, which is actually one of my favorite community maps of all time, if not my favorite. Tulip right there. Shipped, Ruby, Engage, Tuscan. You've definitely played on one of his maps before. This was in Operation Riptide. It was one of the mission maps. So he's very, very entrenched in the community around making maps. So they responded to one of his tweets with Michael Scott gift, which is very common for them. If we went through their media, we'd probably see a lot more. So like right here, an office gif, a lot of office gifs. That's what they like to do when they're cooking something. But yeah, so this gif is a good sign of things to come, right? Very good sign. At the current moment, it has been a year since CS2 came out. And I would say, at least personally, it doesn't really live up to the expectations so far. Now, I know I said a lot. Oh, the fact that we're on a whole new engine, they're going to be able to add so much new stuff and constantly be updating the game because they got rid of the spaghetti code of CSGO. Now they're on a whole new Source 2 engine, which is up to snuff with what we should be getting nowadays. It's like up to stuff with an Epic Games, like a Unity, like an Unreal Engine. Maybe they'll be able to print a lot harder now that they actually know how the code works. But I'm still seeing a lot of like really simple bugs, which, you know, they are getting fixed, but also I would say my expectations have still not been filled yet of which I had when CS2 originally got revealed on YouTube, right? I thought it was going to be, you know, a lot quicker. But we're still in the dark ages right now, I would say. But it'll get better. It'll get better. All right. And then I would also say we have expected a lot, or at least I've expected a lot, and yet I still keep getting disappointed. Maybe I just have too high of hopes. I don't know if that's my fault or if that's Valve's fault. Maybe too many of the people that were working on CS2 quit as it released, because I at least know of like one person who did that. She went on to work on other things, right? And then, of course, the original skin people, at least one of the main girls who invented skins, she no longer works at Valve either. So when they're recreating it in CSGO, or CSGO into CS2, and the original people that made it aren't even there, it's kind of hard to retain the original magic essence of CSGO. Like, I don't think I'm the only one. Guys, skins are just not as good in CS2. I don't think I'm the only one to think that, right? And now I'm not talking about the new CS2 weapon model skins. Those are amazing for the most part. But like the CSGO skins, there's just something about them. They don't fill the same hole, if that makes sense. Like something is missing. Does this make you want to play? I don't know. Not really. If you're a Safari Mesh enjoyer, it's just... And this is the better of the two. The Safari Mesh AK is bad, but it's not nearly as bad as... Just to give you a quick example. The Op Safari Mesh, it's just horrible. If you don't have a good float one, it's GG. Like, why does it look so much worse in CS2? I'm confused. Why does it look so much worse? It doesn't even look like the same skin. I think the biggest example I could try to persuade you guys with is case hardens and sapphires. Dopplers, case hardens. And then also Autotronics. Just look at Autotronics. They look so much worse as well in CS2. Crimson Webs still look like paper. I feel like maybe this is just me because I've lost interest in buying new skins. If you're trying to get into skins, or if you ever wanted to get into skins, it seems like right now would be the worst time. But maybe that's just me being bitter. Because, you know, some of my skins look a little bit worse, and some skins that I've always wanted to get look a little bit worse. That's at least how I'm feeling right now. Like, this just does not appeal to me. Why does the default AK look so much worse in CS2 than in CSGO? This just looks bad. It actually just looks bad. I still feel like, and this is the last take I'll have on skins in CS2 for now. Tell me if you agree. I would say they look way more cartoony, which I don't have a problem with, right? I like cartoony games. I play Binding of Isaac. I like Fortnite. But I like original Fortnite. I don't like the new version of Fortnite. It looks way too fake rather than nostalgic or what we got into it for. But this, of course, is just my opinion. You can disagree, and that's fair. They're trying too hard. Yeah, it's like they're trying too hard to make it look good, if that makes sense. But again, can we really get mad about that? I don't know. It's like it's hard. It's hard for me to say, because of course you want to make it onto the new engine, which is completely fair, and you want to make it last future-proof for the next 10 years. Would we really want skins that just look like an image pasted? I think I'd rather have like the Neon Riders, the Chrome Cannons, the Inheritances, because that is the future of Counter-Strike. But it is sad that some of the older skins, they lost their personality and they became less of what they were. I usually hate like old heads and whatnot, like, oh, it was better back when in the olden days. So I you know, I get what I'm saying, and I'm annoying myself. It's just like, I hate the take, but also I can't stop myself from thinking like, I don't know. I don't have the interest to buy a new skin right now. It's not really what I want. It's like I'm keeping my skins that I bought in CSGO, but I think I've bought one new item in Counter-Strike 2. One new item, and it was this. Just because I think the Steel Disruption looks pretty good in CS2. Like Navi Hollow, VP Hollow. I don't know. It's just not much is really tinkling my sensation to buy. I think right now I'm just airing out my grievances, but in the long run, it is a good thing that they're updating stuff and making it look better. But for now, at least, I still have just lost my desire to buy new stuff. All right. Next thing that I wanted to mention, Premiere, and I don't think I'm the only one who thinks this, at the beginning of CS2 was the most fun part of the game. It was the reason why so many people were grinding. It was the reason why so many people were coming back to the game, to get to the 20,000s, to get to the 25,000, to get that red rank, to get that golden rank. But right now, we're what, 7 months, 8 months into this season 1, which I'm pretty sure we got teased, or like we found out in the files it would be changed every 6 months. So it'd be like season 2 months ago, season 3 in 4 months from now. And also, obviously, there's way too many hackers. Like this, for example. This is the leaderboard of the world. Number 1, config by whoever this fella is. Number 2, config by this guy. Number 3, config. Number 15, config by. Number 19, config by Northern Lion Enjoyer. Like, this is the state of the game right now. It's just a leaderboard for whoever has the best config. So yeah, I get why people don't want to play Premiere. I still think Premiere is the best thing, possibly the best game mode ever added into the game. I'm gonna keep it a buck. I love competitive, sure, but Premiere is a whole nother level. It's actually the best thing we've ever gotten. It's Face It inside of the game. It actually has a leaderboard, and I think eventually there will also be rewards for like getting top 1,000, getting top 100, getting number 1 eventually. But like, you know, that's going to be later on down the road. Like, I think this has so much potential. I love Premiere, but the main problem is there's no reason to play it right now. Okay, eventually there will be, surely, because I think they under-expected how many people would play this. Like, they thought it would be a lot less. Like, they even said in an interview, they were surprised by how well Premiere was doing and how well it was received. So, I think in Season 2, it'll be a lot better. If we ever get a Season 2. We're kind of a couple months past past its due date, but of course this is Valve time we're talking about. But we need, obviously, anti-cheat. We need there to be a reason to play it, and then I think it's cream. It's going to be the most popular thing. Competitive right now, I don't even want to talk about it. There's no reason to play. Obviously, anti-cheat, and you can't even get up in elo. At least in this, you can like try to get to 20k elo, but then you're just going to get hacked down back to 17k. But this, you can't even hit like above gold level 4 or something. Guys, what's the highest rank in competitive right now? LEM. Yeah, no, it's S. That's the highest you can get. You can't even get global. That's a little bit higher than what I thought, but that's still horrible. That's still horrible. There's only one person who's LEM. Bro. My next point, lack of communication from Valve. Silence is the policy for CS, for all Valve devs, right? This is why we have no communication from Valve. This is their policy. It's not like they're just being lazy. This is genuinely
Hello,
their
I'm
policy.
Gotham Bubber, and I've been a developer on CSGO for the last 9 years. Today I'm going to talk to you about how we communicate with our customers.
Balls.
The way we do that on CSGO is mostly through game updates.
Oh, man.
Before we dive in, let's go over what CSGO is today. CSGO is a game with over 20 million monthly players. But the main way we communicate has remained the same. It is through updates to the game.
The idea is to let the updates do the talking, right? Which is why it seems like there's extremely poor communication sometimes when there's just no updates. Because this is the talking that they're talking about. This was the 25th year of Counter-Strike. This is the talking. 2 lines. I mean, I get it though. I get why choose this line of communication, right? Because you can't disappoint people if you don't promise them anything, right? Like, if someone's running for a political office and they say, oh, we're going to do this and this and this and that and that and that, and they get in and then they don't do any of it, then they're not going to get reelected, right? Ideally. But if they don't promise anything and they get into office and then they do one thing, it's like, oh my God, they did one thing? Okay, nice job. Thank you for starting stream. Now I can go to sleep. It's like, why do you feel like you need to write that though? Make sure to subscribe.